Did I just capture the red and blue Kachina? Is this Nibiru? Are these anything to do with the legendary Planet X, or is it simply just some sort of lens anomaly?
Hey everyone, and welcome to my truth review channel, Right Side Up, the channel where you and I can try to make heads or tails out of some of the truth, half-truths and outright lies that are circumnavigating the net each and every day and making their way at high speed into your feed, adding to the confusion and conjecture.
Hey everyone, I'm Kevo and welcome to another video for Right Side Up. If you believe in Planet X, and even if you don't, get ready because I've got some footage that will flip your lid. Personally, I've seen a lot of images and videos on the net depicting Planet X in some way, shape or form, and I've always had somewhat of an element of doubt, to say the least, of its existence. What I have discovered pretty much takes away that element of doubt. When I first set out to make this video, it was going to be about different lens anomalies that have been showing up in some of the cameras around the world. Most of you would have seen some of these videos showing all sorts of strange things happening in certain cameras at different times. Just search Nibiru videos and you'll soon see if you haven't already. While I was collecting footage for my video, I captured something that I believe could weigh heavily in the debate of whether Nibiru, Planet X, is actually real or not. So I'm still going to present my original information to you, along with some groundbreaking discoveries as to the existence of the elusive Planet X. But more on that and these images that you've been watching later in this video. Okay, so I went out into the yard on Saturday the 3rd of September to gather some footage of the glare effects that are seen through different lenses and filters. There are occasional cloud patches, but otherwise it was a clear day. I used 3 different types of sunglasses and a welding lens to cut the glare over the camera for my Hawaii media pad. This is a standard glare that most of you would have seen at some point or another. Most of you would have seen a lens anomaly like this one here on the screen now. This is standard in most lenses, you will see this. And as you can see, when I move my finger over the light source, that being the sun, that the lens flare disappears. Reveal the sun and you can see bit by bit as I'm revealing the sun that the lens flare comes back on. Once again. Now you can see my finger behind the lens flare. And you can see here again as I move through this video, this flare moving around as I move the camera around. Clearly a flare. Right, so the first pair of sunglasses that I'm using here, actually a pair of safety sunglasses. I don't have any specs on the sunglasses, can't tell you too much about them. I think they're polarized, but the fact is that none of that really matters. You can see the lens flare that's there prior to putting the sunglasses on, and the rest of the screen is nice and clear. Sunglasses go on. The first thing I want you to notice is the glare, the different effects within the glare of the sun as it crosses over the lens of the sunglasses. There could be scratches, minute particles on the lens, and then there's also the actual characteristics of the lens, which, like I said, it isn't important what the makeup of this lens is. What's important is the results. So you can see lots of different glaring going on. Now take note of this large orb that is appearing as I move the camera around with the sunglass lens over my camera lens. Look what happens. Look at this anomaly that looks so similar to the things that are being put forward as being Planet X. Now, if that's not the same anomaly that's being put forth, then I don't know what is. Look how the glare changes. The lines of the glare move up and down as I move the sunglasses and camera around. Has anyone seen this anomaly before? This large orb. Okay, so here's another pair of sunglasses, another pair of safety glasses. These ones are of a lighter tint. These have a reflective coating on the outside. So the first thing I want you to notice is, once again, the glare of the sun. Have a look. We have our lens flare over here. What's this up here? Is this Nibiru? Let's have a look. Seems to be jumping around a fair bit, so I'd say no. But look at all the other anomalies that are popping up. You've seen them before in all of these videos that are depicting Nibiru. They're showing these type of anomalies, these orbs, and claiming them to be Nibiru. Now, I'll ask you this. If that's what Nibiru is, then how am I managing to make Nibiru fly all around my screen? How am I managing to control where Nibiru is? Now we have this anomaly and this anomaly that has appeared. Are they planets? Let's see what happens. As I move the glasses around, as I move around the arc of the glasses, you can see these are nothing but lens flares that move in perspective as to the angle of what they're looking through the lens in front of them. On the top of the sunglass, as I move down the arc of it, see the angle change. You see all of the sun ray flares change as I move across the lens. Look at all those anomalies, all those planet Nibirus appearing, flying across my screen, and those other two anomalies have totally gone now. The angle's changed. All of these orbs are nothing but reflections of the camera lens. Some call them refractions, reflections, ghost images, whatever you want to call them. Now, let me just explain to you a little bit how it works. It's in layers. If you use Photoshop, you know what I mean by layers. This image is in layers due to the multiple aspects of the lenses and filters used. And this is true to all the cameras that are being used to view the sky around the world. They are all subject to these kind of flares due to having a plastic cover over them. They would have a curve and they would be showing these same anomalies. And the only difference is that in this footage that I'm showing you, I'm moving my camera around, which makes these orbs move around the screen, whereas the cameras you're looking at are fixed. Therefore, as the sun moves across the face of the filter in front of the lens, it creates the sun flare, the ghost image, the refraction, the reflection, whatever you want to call it, it creates these orb images. And because the camera is sitting still, as the sun moves across, these images appear to move with the sun. These more solid orbs are most likely images of the sun, appearing on different layers in the image, and we'll go into that a bit further later on. Right, so now I have a welding lens on, and what I'm going to demonstrate to you is that not only do you get the usual sun flares that float around the screen everywhere as you move the camera around, you also get what I'll call a fixed flare, or I'll say, let me just say apparently fixed, and I'll go further into that later on in this video. But this flare is on a layer within the image, and it's pretty much holding fast as I move the camera around. So let's have a look. See them moving around. Now, I'm about to demonstrate that this is a flare by tilting the lens in an upward and downward motion, and you'll see this flare move up and back down. And then I'll tilt the lens in an in and out manner, and you'll see this flare move across and across in front of the house. So this is tilting it up and down. And now tilting it in and out. See the way the individual flares respond to the different movements, because they're on different layers. And this is the third pair of sunglasses that I used, and these had a gradual shading from a darker shade to a lighter shade, and you can see the results that we get through these glasses, similar to the others but with slight differences. If you look at the way the sun rays, the way they look, you get different results with different types of filters. Okay, throughout the course of the day I managed to get a lot of footage very similar to what you are about to watch now. All of a sudden we get this anomaly pop up. Now I'll take that back for you. Let's look frame by frame. There it is, all of a sudden. Appears to be a fixed lens anomaly. Okay, here we have the lens anomaly, and it's clearly in front of the clouds, and you can also see on this
What I was saying earlier, the apparent fixed lens anomaly, well, you can see it bobbing up and down here with the movement of the lens, of the filter. You can see it bobbing up and down in relation to the clouds. So it's definitely not fixed. It's just that's what it appears, because it doesn't have a lot of movement in the dimensions of the image that it is laying. And like I said before, if you've worked with Photoshop or video editing of about any sort, you'll know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about layers. These images are reflecting within the different surfaces of the lens, the camera lens, and any covers and filters that are put over it, reflecting between each side of these added layers, back and forth in between in various ways, depending what the substance is that the light is reflecting through. Okay, I'll show you here a little bit more what I mean about layers, and show you that these are refractions, reflections, anomalies that are there on the lens. They're not out there in the atmosphere, they're not out there in space. So here we go. I'm going to block the sun here with the tip of the sunglasses, of the arm of the sunglasses, and let's have a look what happens. We'll go frame by frame. Now this is a lens flare. You'll see other lens flares become apparent. Now watch as the light is blocked. You can see this lens flare is being blocked by the same shape as the sunglasses, but on a different layer to where the sunglasses actually are. Different layer within the image. You can see how that gets covered up and uncovered in the same direction as the object is coming in, blocking the sun. Same direction, same shape. You can see that quite clearly. So further to what I've just shown you, the following day on the Sunday, I went and took some more footage and managed to have some similar captures, and this is one of them. We'll go through it, and as you can see, that orb is there and it is moving with the sun. Okay, what I'll show you now is how this is a reflection, refraction, ghost image, whatever you want to call it. It's an anomaly within the lens. Shows up in the image. You can't see it with the naked eye. You can't see it not looking through the multiple layers
of glass lenses and shields doesn't show up through your eyeball because it's not there. So let's have a look as we go through this. And what you're seeing here is obviously the sun, the lens anomaly, and this here is the gutter of a roof. I'm going to drop down below the gutter and block out the sunlight. Let's step through this frame by frame, see what happens. You see, this is sun flare that's moving around, the lens flare that's moving around everywhere. This is our fixed one. Now we're just starting to drop below the roof line here, and look what is happening here. We're having the line come across this lens flare, this anomaly, and cut it off. Exactly as it is doing here to the sun, which you'll see behind this glare very soon. And at the same time you'll see the same thing is happening to this lens flare, but it's starting from the top. It's in a mirror image of this one. Further to that, as we keep going, reveals that there is yet other layers behind the glare, as this is another one that is being diminished by the gutter coming across the sun. Here you can see the layers. You can see that this one is a reverse image to these two. And these are all just other sun flares that are flying around as the lens moves, as the filter moves, as the light passes through it and reflects and rebounds and does whatever it does, back and forth, a reflection of a reflection of a reflection. You can see them coming into play. So that. And if you notice too, this is your red and your blue. Two colours, one object, multiple reflections. You can see there, same shape, it's cut off. These are all just smaller versions of it. Deep in the layers of the image, the layers I keep telling you about. This image, because of the lens, because of the filter, because of the light reflecting back and forth, you have multiple reflections of a reflection of a reflection. Okay, so I've just shown you a variety of lens flares that are the same in appearance as the anomalies that are appearing in the sky cams all around the world and being touted as Nibiru, Planet X. I've also shown you the method and tools along with each step of an experiment that I personally conducted to determine whether or not the images being shown as Nibiru were images of objects or just flares. Now, I'm no expert with a camera or lenses, so if there's something that I've done here that is not right, then please post a comment so we can discuss how to get a more accurate result. And if you like this video, then drop a comment and say g'day as well. So what does this mean? Is Nibiru fake? A hoax? A fantasy? Well, I'm not saying that, but I think that just as I've demonstrated here that all these anomalies that appear in the frame are lens flares, anyone claiming that they have an image of Planet X should put their claim to the same scrutiny as I have. I hope you found the information in this video helpful in your pursuit for the truth. If you would like to contribute to this topic, you can send any relative video or pics, etc. to rightsideupcontributions@gmail.com, and remember to always do your own research because no one is more truthful to you than you. If you would like to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button, and remember to share this video with your friends and family via your favourite social media, and together let's get everyone right side up.